What's up everybody, D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla Kong news roundup. That's right, in this video we will be continuing our chronological journey through the release and development of Godzilla Kong: The New Empire and the next MonsterVerse movie by talking about events that happened from July to August. So we're covering quite a lot of ground today. Let's jump into it. Starting out with some art as always. I want to show off some artwork, and this first piece comes to us from Luis Garcia. This is the Godzilla in the pink city. I love it. The pink glow on Godzilla looks great. I love the smoke. Love that very 2014 Godzilla design. That's fantastic. Always love to see Godzilla 2014 fan art, especially ones that give Godzilla modern day colorations like that. I mean, look at that. Godzilla 2014 design placed in this new Empire lighting. It looks really cool. I just thought that was sweet. Luis Garcia continues to kill it with this Godzilla versus Biollante art. Godzilla looks crazy intense here. Super cool, grabbing onto Biollante. I love all of the little vines reaching out towards him, as well as the one with the mouth coming at him. That looks awesome, and you guys know I want to see Biollante in the MonsterVerse so bad, so I would love to see that. Kratos Kong posted this one of Kong in -1. This one cracked me up, so I had to show it off. Obviously, it's got Kong on the train that Noriko's on looking at Godzilla approaching. I think that is so funny. It's kind of rare when I find Godzilla memes that crack me up, and this one I thought was super funny, so I wanted to show it off. And that brings us to the merch. Godzilla Kong: The New Empire cards and duo sets were released by Room 1 Cards. I love the 3D artwork on the box. That is so neat. There was Godzilla packs and Kong packs, which were pretty cool. So shout out to anybody who got those. I heard they were very expensive. Love these. I love whenever we get these weird Godzilla costume reveals, and the Evolved Godzilla mask and gloves accessory pack was revealed. That rubber mask and rubber gloves for Godzilla, and that thing's just a thing of nightmares. That guy shows up in your room right before horrible things happen. That is freaky looking. The Playmates mini Godzilla figures, the Crystal Blind Box figures, got a second wave. This wave featured Doug, it featured Mothra, it featured the Wart Dogs, it featured Godzilla Blue, featured all sorts of little fun stuff. I opened a couple of these on YouTube Shorts and was able to pull the Mothra, which is pretty sweet. Around this time, Playmates Wave 2 for New Empire was also released. This was the wave that had Godzilla energized, the worst Playmates figure they've released so far, and Kong with the axe. I love the gritted teeth and I love the axe. It looks great here. I've seen this thing in stores many times, and I've thought about getting it every single time, but it's just not different enough from the original for me to warrant that. I have the Godzilla vs. Kong ones. Even though this is a big improvement on the Godzilla vs. Kong ones, because I have those, I didn't feel the need to grab it. At the same time, the 6-inch Mothra was revealed, the Mothra with Gia, who, did I hear like Monster Island buddies pronounce her name as Jaya? That's wild. But that's pretty cool as well. The giant Mothra from Playmates was also announced at the same time, and I have reviewed that on the channel, so you can go check that review out now. Bandai Movie Monster Series finally revealed something that should have been made back in 2019, and that's the standard Godzilla 2019 design, one without the glowing blue dorsal spines, although he looks incredibly underpainted. He's straight up entirely gray, and then he's got yellowish eyes. I do not know why they wouldn't add any sort of highlights to this figure, especially on the belly area, but whatever. That guy ran you $30. Very ridiculous, especially because the Banpresto Godzilla and Kong 2024 were revealed, which are very similarly priced, between $30 to $50. The Banpresto Godzilla Blue looks pretty cool, and the Kong's in this weird hunched over pose, and it turns out it's because this was one of the VFX poses they had Kong in during a lot of the concept art and such as they were developing his new design. Haya's stylistic series Wingoji was revealed, Godzilla Evolved. This is a $51 figure, and he looks awesome. I love the details on this thing. He's got a great sculpt. He captures the silhouette of Evolved Godzilla perfectly. I love the paint job from this promo renders. It looks great with lots of subtle little highlights throughout. The spines look fantastic. Godzilla's obviously standing in the pose he stands in during his Arctic awakening as he does his big roar after he evolves, and this guy runs you $51. Haya's Kong 2024 and Shimo were revealed, and they look fantastic at this toy fair. Kong looks amazing, and Shimo's got a great size to her. We got some pictures up close of these guys, and they just truly look incredible. So much detail put into these things. They are amazing. The Haya Kong 2024 was fully revealed. This is part of their Exquisite series. It's got Kong. He's got the gridded mouth, which looks awesome. This is obviously Kong from the New Empire. You can see that he's got the scratches that Godzilla left on him, and I believe on his back he's got that scar from the atomic breath. He comes with multiple swappable heads, including a roaring head and a just very kind of soft neutral head. He comes with a series of different hands, including one burned up hand from when Shimo freeze burns his hand. Very cool. The axe looks amazing. This thing looks so incredibly accurate to Kong from the movie that it was the first Haya figure I have ever ordered. I thought it was incredible, and it puts that Monster Arts one to shame. The Haya Shimo stylistic series was also revealed at this time. This is the non-articulated series. It looks fantastic. This is a $60 figure. They have wonderfully captured the iridescent shine of Shimo, and they have so much intense detailing on the sculpt of this thing. I think it looks truly, truly incredible. At the same time, at this toy fair, Haya's LED Godzilla 2024 was sort of revealed. We got our first look at it. This is the Heat Ray Godzilla Ultimate version, and it does light up and come with the atomic breath. This looks to be Godzilla 2019, and he was revealed at the same time, I believe, that the Haya Heat Ray Godzilla 2014 version was revealed with the blue spines and the atomic breath. PVC's Godzilla and Kong collectibles were revealed. They are each $85. They look awesome. Godzilla looks great. I love the way they've done the dorsal spines, kind of translucent, which looks pretty cool. And then the atomic breath effect that he has is very cute, if not very short, but on the whole, this thing looks great. And Kong looks awesome. He's in a very strange pose, but he looks really, really cool. And the two of them side by side look fantastic. I especially love that they've given Godzilla glowing gills. Much like back in 2019 when Mothra and Rodan were released in one set, the SH Monster Arts Suko and Mothra set was revealed for $90. Obviously, both of these figures are too small to be sold on their own. Suko looks pretty good, I guess. Actually, you know, the longer I look at it, the less I like the face, but on the whole, I really like how much articulation there is in this little Suko figure, and he mostly captures the Suko aesthetic pretty well. The eyes just look uncannily creepy, very weird. Mothra, however, I think looks amazing. She looks like a huge improvement over the Mothra 2019 with these wonderfully detailed wings that have a lot of depth to them. I love that the wings are not two-dimensional. They have a lot of raised texture to them, which looks really cool. The paint job also looks beautiful. She looks just like Mothra from the New Empire. They did a really, really wonderful job with this, and they didn't stop there, as this set additionally comes with a roaring Kong head with the metal tooth. So finally, you can complete Kong 2024. If you buy the Kong 2024, the Scar King, the Shimo, and now the Mothra Suko pack, you can get the figure you simply should have been able to get the first time around, with Kong with the beast glove and the metal tooth. I do not understand why they gatekept all the Kong parts across so many different figures other than to make a quick profit, which I do not appreciate. At the same time, the X Plus Wing Goji was teased. This is the hyper evolved version, or the supercharged Godzilla, where he's standing in his Rio pose and he's all pink, but for now we just have the silhouette. Spiral Studios then teased their Wing Goji. This one seems to be leaning forward for some reason. I guess we'll find out later why, but yeah, looking pretty sweet from the back. Very nice sculpt. As always, Spiral Studios always killing it. Nick Cage was spotted as being a fellow member of the Godzilla fandom during a little interview, when in the background you can see Mothra climbing Tokyo Tower. That's a wonderful figure Nick Cage has there. I love that thing. But yeah, it's been a fact for a long time that Nick Cage is a very established Godzilla fan, so I think that's very fun whenever Godzilla fans get so excited to see him with Toho Kaiju merch or whatever. Seagun's art was featured in Godzilla Kong the New Empire, and I want to shout that out. There was a couple iterations of that have been posted. It's featured on this like little bridge that Godzilla steps on as he leaves Rome, although the concept art was designed for this little house, and I wanted to shout that out. I think it's awesome that this got to be featured in the MonsterVerse. Huge shout out to Seagun's art. The first one is the draft that made it into the movie of Godzilla eating the pizza, king of the calories, and you've got so many Easter eggs going on around Godzilla. First of all, you've got the Exilian mothership there, zapping lightning at Godzilla from the Showa series. You've got Hedera's eyes saying save the earth, although those kind of double as Mothra wing patterns. Obviously, king of the calories is a reference to King of the Monsters. You've got a knife head drawing, which I've seen some people try and argue is proof that knife head is canon to the MonsterVerse. It absolutely is not. None of this stuff is canon to the MonsterVerse, other than that in the MonsterVerse, some graffiti artist manages to have some sort of interdimensional artistic abilities that they can draw art from different universes. They're just cute little Easter eggs for us fans. Don't read too much into it. I honestly don't know what the blue squiggles below Godzilla's hand are, but we've got Skeleturtle from Mothra vs. Godzilla, Mike's Monsters, shout out to another YouTuber. We've got the Monster of Strict Mothers and the Monster of Homework down there from Godzilla vs. Gigan. There's Rado Squad written on there, which I believe is a reference to Radosaurus. A couple Easter eggs that I haven't identified identified there. I love the "No more, I'm sick of Godzilla" written on there. A reference to King Kong vs. Godzilla. Shout out to the red bamboo from Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. I like the Monarch lies. I like stuff like that a little more than the Easter eggy stuff because it feels way more organic to the universe. Banana oils, obviously a shout out to Godzilla Raids Again. Is that the cool S drawn on the wall? That's silly. I think these mushrooms are from Matango. You've got Mothra's symbol from the Showa series. Again, I like the ones that say like "Go home, you should have stayed extinct," because those feel very much in universe. And King of the Calories obviously is a reference to the fact that Americans keep making fun of the 2014 Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters design, calling them fat. We've got Punch 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 with Jet Jaguar's fist, which is very awesome. Of course, I cannot forget that Godzilla's face has a little smiley tail drawn into the edge of it as a reference to the fact that Shin Godzilla does not have a face in his tail, but does have something that looks like a face in his tail that is becoming a face in his tail, and it will be a face in the tail had they done a sequel, but it didn't quite make it there yet. Some alternate designs were revealed featuring Godzilla laying down on his back with the pizzas on him. I think that one's a lot of fun. These alternate ones say "Let's Jam," which is a reference to Godzilla vs. Hedorah, but my personal favorite is this one of Kong with the Team Kong written above his head in the crown. I think that would be funny that people in the MonsterVerse would pick sides between Team Kong and Team Godzilla. And obviously I love Godzilla being swung by his tail as a reference to King Kong vs. Godzilla. That one's my favorite. This one's also got a trilobite on Godzilla's foot like in 1954, and you can also see Kong has his lightning hands like in 1962. Is that all the Easter eggs? I don't know. I think I got pretty much most of them. Easter eggs like this can be pretty fun, but like I said, I really do like the ones that fit the universe. And stuff like this always makes me scratch my head to be like, what's the implication of this and how could it be? But that's just me. Fans started celebrating the Easter eggs as they started to uncover these as Godzilla Kong the New Empire was released at home, including the Monster of Strict Mothers and the Monster of Homework. Hey, it's me again. I'm the D-Man from the intro who wasn't the same one as the one from the rest of this video if you didn't notice. This video just wound up being too long, so I'm snipping it in half. Also, if you haven't noticed, I've had to dial back on uploads. I'm now working on art department on a feature film, which is very awesome, very exciting, but also very time consuming, and I'm very tired from it, so I just simply do not have as much time to make these videos as normal, and so I wanted to get something out, so I had to cut this video in half so that I could. Also, I like putting the emphasis on Seagun's art. Christian Gonzalez is an awesome artist in the community who does amazing artwork. I have links down below. Also, I wanted to say, Mike's Monsters did a long sit-down interview with Seaguns about this topic, about GXK, about the artwork done for the movie. Seaguns also did some of the crew shirts for the movie. Unfortunately, I just have not had the time to watch that yet, but I do have a link down below so you can go check it out. I highly recommend going and watching it. Looks like a great interview. Big shout out to Mike's Monsters, big shout out to Seaguns, and that's where I'll leave you for today. As always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. It is through the support of the patrons on Patreon that I'm able to continue to make videos like this for you. If you want to support the Patreon, you can use the link in the description below where you can get early access to content, access to the Discord community, and more. If that's not your thing, please consider joining as a channel member. I'd really appreciate it. Alrighty, thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time for the next one. D-Man out.